If you read, you got to come closer though. Shabbat shalom, everyone. We are
Shalom.
Beulah Land at Temple Kifarim. I am Prince Kazaradar, the one here today to bring the message, bring forth the message, create a willing it to be something prosperous in the ears of everyone who chooses to hear what the Creator has to say through His servant on this day. All right. So here we go. Before we get started with our lesson today, we have to do our commandments. Everybody go through, say your commandment. The commandments that you can say is any of the commandments up until the 10 commandments. You can't say any of the original 10 commandments, but you can say any of the other 612 of them. Okay, supposedly, quote unquote, supposedly 613 in total. Well, then, so that means the 603 you're able to say. All right, so let's dive into this. Let's get into this and let's examine this and let's do some traveling today. So, who would like to be first to give us your commandment? Who would like to be the first one to give us your commandment for the day? Shabbat shalom, Chief. Shabbat shalom, Sister TT. Who would like to be first to give us the commandment for the day? Y'all coming back to give some commandments? No, I know y'all hitting the road. Anyone wish to give a commandment for today? Shalom. No. All righty. If nobody's ready to give a commandment, I'll give a commandment since nobody's ready. See, y'all, we do this every week. So y'all should already know that every week it's time to give a commandment. Y'all should be like, yo, I got you, Prince. I got it. It's ready. I hear you. You say you got yours? You ready? All right, let's go.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. My law can be found in Leviticus 23, verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. When I open my book, I'm on my phone today, but when I open my Tanakh on my phone, that's the law that was there. And it pretty much is what it says. We must dwell in booths for 7 days. All those that are Israelite born shall dwell in booths. And what we just commemorated this last week was dwelling in booths. Dwell just means to be in the booth for a period of time, where during Sukkoth, the holy season, where we can eat in that booth, we can sleep in it. And we didn't eat in our booths, but we did sleep in them. And we had them up that whole week to partake in that law. So
All right. So what I need you to do is explain to us what it means to dwell in the booth.
So to dwell in the booth, from my understanding and practice, is that you can be in the booth for a period of time. So you don't have to be in it every day, all day, but that you must at least enter into the booth one time in that day and be in there for a period of time, whether it's resting, reading scripture. Some people do eat in the booth. They decorate the booth. Different people make the booth. Depends on what you make it out of. out off of your land, or out of wood, or some people do in tents, as we have done, and you can place different things on it to commemorate just being more natural with it. But dwelling doesn't mean to live, but just to be in it for a period of time.
All right. May the Most High be praised. At one point, early Temple Kepharim days, we used to build a booth out in the park. It wasn't all that big, but we used to go out and get the branches and construct something that we could all kneel down and climb into. And we would do that, make prayer, and then we would get out and go about our day, go home, sleep in our bed. But now, since the Creator blessed us, you hear this, right, Chief? Since the Creator blessed us with so much land, he's talking about he want to come out here and visit with us one day. We'll see. Since the Creator blessed us with so much land, we just come out here and next to the temple, and we all put our tents around the temple, and then we all sleep and cook out and do all of our things up in there. So may the Creator be praised in all of our doings and all of our efforts. And different people do these laws differently. Usually it's based on the upbringings of who it was that taught you when you came into this way of life. But even then, you meet different people along the way of this walk. And when you meet someone else who has a different understanding and different concepts and ideals about various things that you may have been indoctrinated with, and they present it to you, you should always research it and study it. And don't just cast it off and say, oh, we don't do it like that, and cast it off. You should research it and study it, because the person who taught you might have been one of those people who talk to themselves all the time and they're never challenged. And a lot of times when you do that and you're never challenged, you can come up with the wildest of ideals and it'll seem right to you because you never seen it a different way, or you didn't go into the Hebrew and examine the etymology of the word and why it appears to be this way. And then a lot of people don't know our culture from ancient Israel. A lot of people don't know how the ancient Israelites moved. You know what I mean? Like right now, like for example, here's a simple way in how we move today that 2,000 years from now, 3,000 years from now, they might understand. If you go to somebody, you walk up to somebody and say, what's up? They might look up in the sky and look around and say, what's up there? Well, what you talking about? You trying to be smart? And might start a fight because you said, what's up? And they think that it's you trying to be smart, like they, might have an issue. But in our culture today, we understand what it means when it says somebody say, what's up? We understand they speaking to you or they looking for some trouble. Either way, you got to address that what's up. Sometimes if you don't say something back to them, they feel disrespected, and that may start an issue. So you have to know the spirit of the people at that time. A lot of our people don't understand. Therefore, we have to go into the Hebrew to help us to get a better understanding of how our people lived. So once you get that, then you can understand a lot more about what it was that our ancient forefathers did and why they did what they did. So may the Most High be praised. That was a very good commandment. Thank you. So Sister TT says, Sister TT, are you going to come on the screen and do yours, or are you going to leave it up there for us to do? What you going to do, sis? You coming up? You coming on the screen or what? Okay. I don't know. Okay, you got it. Go ahead. Leviticus 11:1. Oh, she's coming on? Okay. Total Rabbah. Are there any other commandments? This is the time, family. If you have a commandment, post your commandment on the screen.
I can do it.
Okay. Corbin said that.
Mine is coming from Numbers or Bimidbar chapter 10, verses, I guess, 1 through 7. And it says, and the Most High said to Moshe, make 2 trumpets of hammered silver. This is also the New International Version. So make 2 trumpets of hammered silver and use them for calling the community together and for having the camp set out. When both are sounded, the whole community is to assemble before you at the entrance of the tent of meeting. If only one is sounded, the leaders, the heads of the clans of Israel, are to assemble before you. When a trumpet blast is sounded, the tribes camping on the east are to set out. At the sounding of a second blast, the camps on the south are to set out. The blast will be the signal for setting out. To gather the assembly, blow the trumpets, but not with the signal for setting out. So I picked this out because this was a new commandment that I learned.
Good.
To shout out to Nasik Shema for bringing this out when we had the lesson on feast of not feast, but the day of shouting.
I'm open now. You're not. Okay.
Sorry. Should I keep going?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The day of the day of shouting. I believe that is Shavua. I'm mixing them up, but
Yom Teruah.
Teruah. That's it. Thank you, Torah. And this is a new commandment that I learned, but maybe it's just the NIV, this version that I'm reading, because I'm in my I'm on the internet right now, not my physical copy. But it says to when one trumpet is sounded, that is a signal for the leaders and the heads of the tribes to come and assemble before Moshe at the tent of meeting. And if both are sounded, that is a signal for the community as a whole, all of Israel, to come and meet Moshe at the tent of meeting. But then it says the last, and then it says at verse 6, at the sounding of a second blast. But then it says, sorry, let me back up. So one sound means for the leaders to come. Both trumpets means for all of Israel to come. But then it says another time, when a trumpet blast is sounded, the tribes camping on the east are to set out. At the second sounding of a trumpet blast, the camps to the south are to also set out. The blast will be a signal for setting out. And then the last verse is to gather the assembly, blow the trumpets, but not with the signal for setting out. So I'm not really sure why it says not with the signal for setting out, but it also just explained that to
All right. Let me explain it to you.
mm-hmm.
A signal is a sound. So if I give a certain sound for setting out, I can give another sound for the assembly. So it'd still be two blasts, but it's different sounds.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Would that be it?
I guess so. So you just have to make different sounds because one blast could either mean the camp to the when a trumpet blast is sounded. So one sound could mean like the leaders need to come, or another one sound could mean the camps to the east are to set out. So I guess you have to make a different sound.
No, there's different sounds, but there's also different amount of blows. So once the sounds start, the blowing start, you have to listen up, and then you'll understand because we knew it as a culture, we lived it, so we knew what it meant. Like for example, if you upstairs in your house and somebody comes to your door and ring your doorbell, you know that doorbell means somebody outside of your doorbell. So you just go down there and hit it. Sometimes you got different doorbells for different doors exiting your house. So if the doorbell in the front rings a certain way, the doorbell in the back will ring a different way. But you recognize the sound, so you automatically know which door it is. All right?
Mm-hmm. All right. I also want to point out that verse 8 says, the sons of Aaron, the priests, are to blow the trumpets. This is to be a lasting ordinance for you and the generations to come. So not anybody and everybody could blow a trumpet either.
Well, I could blow the trumpet because I'm the king. the king can blow the trumpet. The king can do things that other people can't do. But yes, according to that, yes, it was the priest who was supposed to blow the trumpet. And she got disconnected. I don't know why. We the ones with the bad Wi-Fi, and she got disconnected. All right. So there you go. So may the Most High be praised and to the Rabbah for your commandment. She said she got kicked out. Yeah, that's cool. That's all right. Kick yourself back in. All right. Yes, you can do that one.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. We'll be reading Zaquina Titis, and her law can be found in Leviticus, Yikra, chapter 11, verses 1 through 3. And it reads, "And the Creator spoke unto Moshe and unto Aharon, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Yisrael, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whosoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat." And Zaquina Titis exclamation is feast days for us who eat meat. The clean animals that chew the cud have 4 stomachs, filtering through digesting tough plants and impurities. A rumination system. You coming in?
These days, for us who eat meat, that clean animals that chew the cud have 4 stomachs, filtering through digesting tough plants and impurities. All right, very good.
You coming on?
I want to address that first.
Okay.
Sister TT's first.
Oh.
It's for us who eat meat. Okay. All right, I'll address that. The clean animal that you see, it's hard for me to digest somebody still eating meat today. When you said that, I was like, huh? Somebody still eat meat today? Okay, but I understand. Some people still eat meat. All right. The clean animals that chew the cud have 4 stomachs. Yes. Filtering through digesting tough plants and impurities. Rumination system. Okay. Very good. Yes, that's what he's talking about in Leviticus, the 11th chapter, 1 through 3. Thank you. Toda Rabbah. All right. My wife had a question she was asking. What did you say, Abba, about the king blowing the trumpets? I see this scripture says the sons of Aharon, the priests, are to blow the trumpets. All right. That scripture does say exactly that. It says exactly that. But oftentimes in ancient Israel, all right, there's a word in Hebrew that means prince. That word is nasi. But if you read Hebrew, sometimes you'll see where the word nasi also means prince. I mean priest. Because that priestly position or that position of leadership was once held by the Kohanim, which means priests.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times throughout our history, even in Tanakh, you'll see where the king was allowed to do things that only the priest was required to do, and not common ordinary men. For one thing, the anointing oil was put on the king. The anointing oil was put on the priest, and the anointing oil was put on the prophets. If that anointing oil was put on a common man, then it was a cursed thing. King Dawid was a king who wore ephod, and an ephod was the garment that only the priest wore. But King Dawid was able to do that. King Dawid was also He's the only king that I know of that wore ephod. King Dawid also ate the showbread. And if you look through the scriptures, only the most holy things, which was the showbread, was supposed to be eaten by the high priest alone. Only the high priest was supposed to eat the most holy things, and that's the showbread. But Dawid had no problem eating it. He digested it, he ate it, saved his life, and he moved on. I don't know if he gave it to his men, but I know he ate it. Scripture says he did. Now, that priest that gave it to him ended up losing his life. But I don't think he lost his life because Dawid ate the showbread. I think he lost his life because he was supposed to lose his life because he was a descendant of Eli. And the Creator said that none of Eli's descendants would be old enough to live to a very old age. So he probably was at that time when he had to go. And a lot of his other people, fellow brothers and sisters of his, who were also of the priesthood, the Kohanim, they also died at that time. Right? So may the Most High be praised. Sister T said something.
Yeah, she was just thanking me for reading.
Could all kings do what a high priest can do? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that all kings can do what the high priest would do, but a lot of times, certain kingdoms, certain areas, they had favor with the Almighty, and the Most High favored certain kings. And those kings of the Most High favor, he always mentioned. Like, for example, the name Dawid. Dawid was not his real name. People came to know him as Dawid because of the position and the space that he held in the Most High's heart. Dawid means my beloved. And because he was beloved of the Almighty, his name was Dawid. So Dawid is actually showing, the name Dawid is actually showing the position he held in the Most High's sight. Here's another one. Shlomo, King Shlomo. His name was Shlomo, doesn't mean that was his real name. His real name originally was Jedediah. The Creator named him Jedediah, but his father named him Shlomo. What we got it as Shlomo in our history books doesn't necessarily mean that was his real name. And why do I say that? Because your name, anybody's name, is supposed to be an attribute of that individual. Your name is supposed to speak of your characteristics or your trait or something exemplifying about your life that stands out. Okay, so Shlomo, it means his peace. Shalom, mo. Him is the O. Shalom is peace. Shlomo is his name in Hebrew, King Solomon. And Shlomo means his peace. And King Shlomo was one of the only kings that reigned for 40 years and had all peace. He had 40 years of peace. So therefore, peace stood out in his rulership, in his life, in his history. So they gave him the name Shalom. And that's what we call him till today. Shalom. All right, one more and I'm going to move on. Moshe, Moses. Moses' name was Moshe for what reason? Does anybody know why Moshe's name was Moshe?
Was it because he was drawn from the water?
Because he was drawn from the water. That's why they named him Moshe. She tells you that in the book. But remember, Moshe wasn't put into the water until he was like 2 or 3 years old. So his mother couldn't hide him anymore. So what was his name before? What was the name his mother gave him? Because the name Moshe he got from Pharaoh's daughter. He didn't get that from his mother and his father. So what did his Abba and Ima name him? They gave him a name. But the name that we have is Moshe. And the reason why we got the name Moshe is because he was drawn forth from the water. He was brought forth from the water. And that's what Moshe means. He got drawn from the river. Very well. All right? And river is water. Are there any other questions concerning that? Does anyone else have any commandments that they want to right, so that we can read. Sister, you want to do any commandments?
Yeah, I have one.
Can you open your mic? Hold up. Was your mic open all that time?
Yours wasn't.
Oh, shoot. Right.
This is in her phone. Okay, my commandment is taken from Devarim, Deuteronomy, chapter 31, and I want to start out at verse 9. The law to be read every 7 years. Can you explain this to me? And Moshe wrote this law and gave it to the priests, the sons of Levi, who carried the ark of the covenant of the Most High, and to all the elders of Israel. And Moshe commanded them at the end of every 7 years, at the set time of year of release, at the Feast of Booths, when all Israel comes to appear before the Most High your Elohim at the place which he will choose, you shall read this law before all Israel in their hearing. And assembly the people, men, women, and little ones, and the sojourners within your towns, that they may hear and learn to fear the Most High your Elohim, and be careful to do all the words of this law. Be careful to do all the words of this law, and that their children who have not known it may hear and learn to fear the Most High your Elohim, as long as you live in the land which you are going over Jordan to possess.
Tell us what you think it means. The explanation.
I mean, it's that a gathering. This is like a gathering where the law is being taught, and that's what I see. First of all, the Levites was given the law by Moshe.
You might have still open,
right? The Levite was given the law by Moshe, and this law was to be taught at the gathering or at the Feast of Booths. Isn't that the Feast of Tabernacles?
Yeah.
Yes. The Feast of Tabernacles. So this gathering was a gathering where the people are supposed to be taught. The children are supposed to be taught. So here you have a festive season, but the word was not to be forgotten. The law was not to be forgotten. The law was supposed to be taught at these gatherings so that the people will learn and fear. And the children also will learn and fear the Most High all the days of their lives. And when it talks about the law to be read every 7th year, maybe you can tell me about that.
About the law being read every 7th?
Every 7th year.
That's it. But you said so much in that chapter. One of the parts that I liked the most was the part about teaching it to the children.
Yes.
Because a lot of people don't teach their children the laws of the Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been a good thing. A good point to stand out on. That a lot of the people wasn't really doing the laws of the Most High, except what was commanded of them every day. Like, for example, Moses went through the wilderness. Your mic on or my mic?
Mine.
Like, take my mic, please. For example, Moses took the children of Israel through the wilderness for 40 years, and they wasn't circumcised. You see? It wasn't until they got to the time of Joshua where Joshua re-circumcised the people. That's not to say that all the people wasn't circumcised, but a large majority of them wasn't circumcised. But the laws of the Most High requires that we circumcise every male from 8 years old. Every male at 8 years old had to be circumcised. So we had to understand that. So we had to teach it to our people. Now, in the portion where you talk about every 7 years, they taught the laws. I'm not familiar with what that is, because I don't know any restrictions on us teaching law only in the 7th year. I do know that every 7 years was a year of release in that manner, where if we had a servant, that servant was supposed to serve for 7 years, and then in the 8th year he goes free. That I know. But about teaching every 7 years, I'm not sure what that is.
That's what it says up here.
You want to read that portion again?
Is this what it says right here?
Oh, do you know what it
The
is?
topic.
Yeah, it just gives you, you know how in some books.
Oh, then that don't mean anything. Yeah, that don't mean anything.
Of what you're gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, that don't mean anything. That's not scripture. That's somebody who wants you to understand what that portion of scripture is going to be talking about. All right. Are there any questions, family? Anyone else have their commandments? I think that we put his commandment up there. Chief, I didn't see your commandment, Chief. Did you put a commandment in there, Chief? Yeah, please. You know, you have it? You know where it is? Okay. Exodus 31 and 13. Dawid, you know you can come on the screen and read your own commandment too, right? Everybody has the opportunity to come on the screen and read their own commandment. If you don't want anybody to see you, then just stay blank. But if you don't mind them seeing you, then you can come on the screen and show your face. Yes. Oh, that's Sister TT. All right, go ahead. Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom. Go ahead.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. I'll be reading Brother Dawid. I'll be reading Brother Dawid. Exodus. It's Sequin. Okay. Exodus 31, verse 13 reads, or Exodus Shemot, speak thou also unto the children of Yisrael, saying, verily my Shabbats ye shall keep, or my Shabtot ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Creator that doth sanctify you. And his explanation reads, the Creator blesses you for obeying him and keeping his Shabtot. The Christians say they're sanctified by the blood of JC, but Israelites are sanctified by obeying the Creator's laws and commandments.
All right. Most High be,
Okay.
May the Most High be praised. You're absolutely correct. There is a difference. And you got to be careful what you say about the Christians, because we got a lot of Hebrews that practice Christianity, but they differ. They don't say that they are sanctified by JC, the blood of JC. Some believe that JC is just a Messiah character or a prophet. You know, everybody has different versions and different views as to how they believe JC to be. So, but most Christians you're right, most Christians that I know believe what you just put up there. May the Most High be praised. Damian Hayes, he puts up, why do you call me Chief? Damian Hayes, I wasn't calling you Chief. This brother here is Chief Malak. And if you heard me speaking and call someone Chief, please forgive me, but I was referring to him. All right? I don't recall what I said, but if I said Chief, because he's the only one on here that I know with the title of a chief. Right. Well, we're not arguing with you, Dane. We believe you. We don't argue that point, and it's great. We with you with that. But this is not one of those rooms. All right. So what we do right now at this time, Damien, is we put up a commandment. We say chapter and verse where the commandment is. We read the commandment, and then we give the explanation of the commandment in our own opinion. So you can either come on the screen and do that, or you can post it in a room. Damien, if you would like, we can send you the link. You can come into the screen, you can say your commandment, and then you can explain to us that commandment and why you chose it. Or you could just type it in the room and we'll read it for you. So whichever you choose, be it the Most High's will. Sister TT, where you go? We was enjoying your company. You ain't had to go nowhere. Yeah, she probably lost signal. All right. All right. Do we have any other commandments? Aim, do you have your commandment, Aim? Would you like to post your commandment, Aim? Oh, I'm sure she is. All right. All right. It's easy, right? No one else posting the commandment. Okay, let's get a commandment going. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thy neighbor's car, thy neighbor's clothes, thy neighbor's dog. You can't covet anything that is thy neighbor's. Is that a good one? All right. 3 times a year, all males should appear before the Most High, your King. 3 times a year, all males should appear before the Most High. Does anybody know? She actually booed me. Wow. And that's my wife who put that boo up there. My wife said boo.
You said, what are they?
Yeah. What are those 3 times a year where all males should appear before the Almighty? Yes. Kagmatso.
Sukkot.
Sukkot. Cain. Kusuko.
And was it Yom Teruah? Kagmatsu. Oh.
Why don't you say them in order? It'll be easier if you say them in order.
I thought I just.
Which one comes first?
So Kagmatsu.
It's first Kagmatso.
And then
Yom what? Hag.
Oh, Kag Shavuot.
Shavuot.
And then Kaksuko.
Kaksuko. 3 times a year, all males should appear before the Most High. And that is the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Ingathering, and then the Feast of Booth. Their Hebrew names are slightly different. Kagmatso, Kag Sukkot, Kag Shavuot, which is weeks, and then Kag. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is. Kag Sukkot. Yes. Yes, you can. It's a Kag. You can cook. He does require a Passover. Passover and Chag Matzah, or the Feast of Unleavened Bread, was all kept at the same time. Although Passover was on the 14th day at Eve, the 14th day at Eve began the 15th day. So therefore, when you're commanded to start the unleavened bread on the 15th day, you're actually keeping it the 14th day at Eve. Thus saith the Most High. And you find that in the book of Exodus, the 12th chapter, somewhere around verse 16, 15, 16, and 17. May the Most High be praised. All right. So did I have to give another commandment, or was that commandment enough? Who's that? Who's that person right there? Who's that person right there? Asa Belly on music. And not write down this song for yourselves and teach it to your children. Israel. Okay. Kagmatso, Kaksuko, Shavuot Sukkot. Very good. Somebody's familiar with this law. That's a good thing. Passover happened one time when the angels passed over the houses with the swords. Okay, the original Pesach. That's correct. The original Pesach was at that time. All right. Are there any comments, any questions, any other commandments? Anybody else have a commandment they like to type before we move on? Because we're about to get into today's lesson. And Sister TT, are you coming on to do any reading today? Sister Ornette. Sister Ornette is in the room. Haven't heard you in a long time. Sister Ornette, Sister TT, either of you two going to be coming on to do any reading? The link is in the room. It's in the bio. All right, well, y'all got to catch up. See, I understand that when you tune in, that's where you pick up at on the video. So some people who tune in 15 minutes late, they're 15 minutes behind us on the video when we're speaking. Okay, Sister Opal. Sister Opal gives her commandment. Her commandment is Deuteronomy 5 and 15. And Shabbat Shalom, Sister Opal. Zanta, Shabbat Shalom to you. Yes.
Sister Opal's law reads, and remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Mitzrayim, and that the Creator of thy power brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore, the Creator of thy power commanded thee to keep the Shabbat day. And her explanation reads, therefore the Most High your power commanded you to keep the Shabbat day. We should not work on that day, nor do any form of shopping that day.
Very good. Toda Rabbah. May the Most High be praised. And she's absolutely right. Asa, we have to put the explanation of Deuteronomy 31 and 19. If you want to come on the screen, we can let you go on the screen. You can speak it for yourself. Here's the link. If you choose to come on, you can hit the button and come on. Have you found that, Ema? Sister Ornette, Sister TT, I haven't heard from either of you coming on the screen yet. You know we need a reader for today. All right, there you go. All right, Asa's going to do his own thing. I haven't heard from either of you coming on the screen yet. All right, you got to put your phone on mute until you're ready to go, bro. All right, here you go. You cut yours down? Yeah, you got to not that phone, not the screen, the one in the background. Can you put that on mute while you speak? All right, now open this mic up so you can speak. We can hear you.
Okay.
There you go. Toda Rabbah.
Okay. Shalom, shalom. Right. So it's not that I'm clear about that command regarding writing a song, but I'd really like additional explanation from the brethren regarding how do you see it, where Moshe told children of Israel to write down this song. But before he said that, he actually mentioned the entire Torah to them. So this song, is it that we're to see this? Well, I am seeing the Torah as a song, and I don't really like writing, but if we write, I think it's something that will help us to register what we're writing. So if we practice writing, or put Torah into practice, that is how we can live out that song. That's it, basically.
I like that. Can you read that commandment?
Yes, Deuteronomy 31, verse 19, it says, and now write down this song for yourselves and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, so that this song is to me for a witness against the children of Yasharel. Yeah.
Yeah, I never looked at it that way. And I can see why it would be I can see why it would be put in a song form. Because things being put in a song form is easier for us to memorize. You give it a tune,
catchy.
Yeah, it's easier for us to memorize. But I wouldn't say that that was the entire book. I wouldn't say that that was the entire book. I want to read the Hebrew and see what it says.
Yes.
Write to the song. Write the song. Okay. In this and learn. See, there you go. Where you go, bro? You left. Can't see you. All right, it's fine. But I like the way that you put that and you gave some understanding to that because I've never in my whole something odd years never even knew that was there in that manner. The only song I knew that it was in the scriptures that we was told to write down or to sing was a song when Miriam and them did a song. That's the only one I knew. But what you're saying right here is not what you're saying, what the scripture's saying in Deuteronomy 31 and 18. And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they have wrought, in that they are turned unto other gods. Our people turn to other deities. And the Most High, and then it says, now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. I thank you for that, bro. May the Most High be praised.
Shalom.
All right, Total Rabbah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. That he said, write a song of this portion of the commandment that he gave. And Moshe wrote this law and delivered it unto the priests, the sons of Levi, verse 9, and bare the ark of the covenant of the Most High, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moshe commanded them, saying, at the end of 7 years is a solemn assembly of the year of release in the Feast of Tabernacle. When all Israel is come, that's what I was speaking about, the year of release, when you had to release all the slaves. Okay. Sister TT and Zanta, device not connected. Okay. When all Israel came to appear before the Most High, thy Elohim, in the place he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, thy strangers that are within thy gate, that they may hear, and that they may learn and fear the Most High your Elohim, and observe to do all the words of this law. And then it goes on further and say, write it down in a song form and give it to them. So yeah, I thank the brother for bringing that out because I didn't know that was there. May the Most High be praised. All right.
I like the next verse after that, verse 20.
Verse 20.
Mhm.
Okay. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat, then will they turn unto our Elohim and serve them. Then will they turn unto other Elohims and serve them and provoke me and break my covenant. So the Creator is telling us that even after all this, that we're going to turn to other powers and serve them. He knew we were going to be found guilty of idolatry. And a lot of our people don't want to let those other powers go. They don't want to let them go, but it is what it is. And it's our job to teach them to the best of our ability. All males along with their family. That's right. Shall appear before the Most High. That's correct. What? You saying that you're wrong? Yes. All right. Are there any questions or comments, family? Yes. You want to take the mic, or you want me to?
Those 3 holy days that all men must appear. I know that if an uncircumcised male, he can't partake of the lamb, but can they actually participate? So are they able to participate in these holy days?
They're not even. No, Passover is the only one that says that. Pesach is the only one that says that they can't participate if they're uncircumcised.
So just Pesach.
Yes, that's the only one that it says. All right, Toda Rabbah. Any other questions or comments, family? All right, Zanta, you're not in. We don't see you, Zanta. And I guess Sister TT is having a little bit of difficulty, and Sister Ornette has not popped up. So we're going to move forward. Are there any questions, anyone? All righty. All right. Today's reading is going to come out of the book. This is what I want to read first. Before we get to Samuel's, because we're going to read Samuel's. But before we get to Samuel's, there's something more important that I think we need to read, and that is the book of Jeremiah. So please turn with me to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 1. Who's that? Look at them. They must have been in the back talking about me, say which one of us going to go. All right, which one going to go? All right. So I need a reader for. She must be having problems. She must be having problems. Okay. All right. So I need a reader for Yirmiyahu, chapter 44, verse 1. Yirmiyahu, chapter 44, verse 1. Now, there's a message here that I need for us to see that's extremely important, that I want anyone who studies and learns and hear these things, I want you all to understand. Because this is what's going to prepare you for your future endeavors and your walk in the nation of Israel. All right? Anyone reading? Sister Anita, are you reading?
Okay.
All right, there she go. Yeah, voice all strong. She rested up. She ain't read in so long. Her voice sounds strong and mighty. Yeah, I can read. I'm ready, Prince. Let's go. All right, sis, let's go. Yirmiyahu, chapter 44, verse 1.
One more second.
Sister Anita?
Reading from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah concerned all the Hebrews who dwell in the land of Egypt, who dwell at Migdol and at Taphes and at Memphis and in the country of Pathros, saying, Thus says the Creator of hosts, the Creator of Israel, ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did the Creator just say he brought evil? Because you know that other book they teach that only Satan does evil. The Creator just said he brought the evil. Why am I emphasizing that? Because the Most High is the author of both good and evil. Nothing can be done to mankind unless the Most High allows it to be done. And we have to understand that. We give the devil, or we give Satan, or we give Lucifer, we give Beelzebub, we give all these deities too much credit. That credit belongs into the hands of the Almighty. Read that verse again, please, sis.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Creator of hosts, the Creator of Israel, ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem and upon all the cities of Judah. And behold, this day they are a desolation, and no man dwelleth in them, because of their wickedness, which they have committed to provoke me to anger.
So let's stop there for a second. What was the wickedness that we were promoting the Most High to anger by doing? What were we doing? What was that?
Idolatry.
Idolatry. The law said, the Most High says, we understand and we teach that our captivity is supposed to be a 400-year captivity. And we supposed to be going home in the 400th year. The European man has admitted that we've been here for 400 years. And that was like 2 years ago. They admitted that we have been in slavery in this land for over 400 years now. So therefore, why have our captivity not turned? I do see a slow shift, and I'm not going to say I don't. I do see a shift where things are now being opened, roles are being turned and changed. I do see that. But why is it that we're still in captivity right now when the Most High said it's supposed to last for 400 years? A lot of it is because we're still practicing idolatry. All right? Because we're still practicing idolatry. Read on, please.
Verse 3. Because of their wickedness, which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve deities, whom they knew not, neither they, yea, nor your fathers.
Our fathers did not know these deities. So if you got somebody special in your mind that you're worshiping and you're serving and you think something special is going on, did your forefathers know them? If your forefathers didn't know them, then it might be that you're guilty of idolatry today, in today's time. Read on. Let's see what it says, sis.
Verse 4. Howbeit, I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness.
Because every man thinks in today's time that they're right in their own mind. Every man thinks he's right. Every woman thinks she's right. I had a conversation with a sister the other day, and I was trying to explain to her that she's committing idolatry. She says to me, she ain't committing idolatry. And she says, and I quote, she says, I ain't never leaving Jesus. That's what she said. I ain't never leaving Jesus. Her words, not mine. Brom, you late, bro. If you wasn't late, you would know exactly where we're reading from. Now, we ain't giving you the answer. Read on, sis, please. No, hold. Let me clarify this now. Let me clarify this. She said, I ain't never leaving Jesus. Now, let me clarify this. Yahawashah, however she said it. Yeah. Let me clarify this because this has to be specified and cleared out. There are a lot of people who left the church, and upon leaving the church, they left the Christian deity with them. There's a lot of people who have left the church, but they understand something different about the Christian deity, so they stop worshiping the Christian deity, and they hold the Christian deity in their hearts as a prophet or as a Messiah or some holy man. And they accept that. Many people believe what they believe. He's coming back, all those things. That's not for me to get into. But the ones who are still believing the Christian philosophy and religion and all those things about Yahawashah, about Jesus, that he died for your sins, he's coming back to redeem you, all those things are all the Christian practices. So although you may not be worshiping, let me not say that because you are worshiping him. Although you're not praying to him, you will still be guilty of idolatry because that's what you're doing. Now, those who believe that he's a Moshiach, he's going to come back and lead us in the armies and all that stuff, there's no problem with that. Everybody has the right to choose that for themselves, and we're completely with that. You can make that decision freely for yourself, and we'll never have an issue. But there are still those who worship Yahawashah, Yeshua, even some who worship Moses. These are things that the Creator is talking about when he finds these things abominable. We're not supposed to worship them. So if you're not worshiping them, then you cool. You can believe what you want to believe as long as you're not worshiping them. But the moment that you start worshiping them, putting them equal to or on the level of the Creator or even in the place of the Creator, then that's an issue, and the Most High is not pleased with that. These are the things we have to back away from. But there's more than just people who believe in those things and make them idols. Some people make their jobs a god. When the Creator says that you cannot work on the Shabbat, but you give more reverence to your job than you do to the Most High's laws, and you go to work and then want the Most High to forgive you or understand where you're coming from when you say you gotta make that money for your family. You have just made your job your deity, and you're worshiping your job more than you are desiring and performing your service to the Creator. There's a lot of males who make their women their deity. They got women in their lives that they're married to, that they're in relations with, and these people don't walk this walk. Some of them pretend to walk this walk, but they're not really walking this walk because they haven't given their existence over to the Creator. Therefore, when the Shabbat day come around, they lollygagging, they dragging, they don't want to come to class, they don't participate in service. They have nothing to do with what the house of the Most High, how it benefits them. Those are the things that they accept. But it's not an even exchange. They don't give their energy to the service of the Creator. They don't do no reading. They don't do no studying. They don't do no praying. They don't do anything. Matter of fact, while their husbands, you who are praying, they're sitting there looking at you. Right there while you're praying, but yet you're married to them. Because you will not divorce that woman, she gave you plenty of reason to divorce her. Y'all had the conversations. You talked over and over. You've been patient for years trying to get her to understand. And as long as she don't have to understand, she's not going to understand. And sisters, I want y'all to know this same thing vice versa. Because there's a lot of women in this walk who are attached to men or males who ain't even trying to hear what y'all got to say. And a lot of times they want you to do something on the Shabbat when they not doing something on the Shabbat. And if you don't do what they tell you to do on the Shabbat, they don't want to deal with you no more. Because we can't, how we going to move? You got to do what I tell you to do, else we can't do nothing. You can't let your religion, they'll tell you, you can't let your religion get in the way of us having our fun and our comfortability. Don't let that happen, please. I mean, I want to be with you and all, but I don't believe in what you believe in. Well, sis, if he doesn't believe as you believe, he can't be a proper covering for you. He can't benefit you. And you got to remember that. You got to know that. There should be nothing in your life that you put before the Almighty. It can't be sleep. So if you know we got to get up at 5 o'clock every day and make prayer, but your bed feel real good and toasty right now. That bed feel good. I'm not trying to get out my bed at 5 o'clock. Your alarm clock goes off if you need an alarm clock to wake up. Your alarm clock goes off, but you say, I like the way this feel. But when your alarm clock goes off, you're supposed to be getting up so that you can go make prayer to the Almighty. But you don't do it. What you do is you sleep a little bit longer, even if it's a half hour longer, 15 minutes longer, 10 minutes longer. No matter what it is, you have just made that thing a deity to you. Anything that you put in front of the Almighty and begin to bow down or make equal to the Almighty in comparison and say they are alike, you're in trouble. Anything you give more of your energy to other than the Almighty by putting the Most High's commands behind your back, or anything you dedicate to the Creator, but when it comes time to perform your service, you push that thing, give that other thing precedence over you performing your service. You might be getting ready to go out with your husband, your boyfriend who don't worship the Most High. That 2 o'clock bell go off, and you're supposed to make prayer at 2 o'clock. Y'all already running late because the movie started at 1:50. And you say it's 2 o'clock. Oh, I can't go. I got to make prayer first. And you go into your performance in prayer, he's dragging your arm. He's dragging your arm. That lets you know that ain't the man for you. His spirit is not right. Now, you being a woman, you can't divorce your man. You can't divorce your husband, but you can bring him up before the leadership and let them have a talk with him. But I would ask that, sisters, if you're not married and you want to be married, please don't marry a man who don't walk and serve the Almighty. Let's read on, please.
Verse 5. But they hearken not, nor incline their ears to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto deities.
Now we got to understand that the Most High is with us according to our hearts. The Most High is with us according to our minds. Where your mind is, the Most High understands, and that's how he's with you. And if you're not really with the Almighty in your mind, then the Most High ain't gonna really be with you. Not to that degree that you need him to be. A lot of people don't understand the power of thought, the power of the mind. And I'm not saying you have to know all the answers to all the questions. You don't have to know everything, but your essence must be in proper alignment with the Creator. Therefore, once your essence is in proper alignment with the Creator, then you are with the Most High in your mind. You follow me? Read on, please.
Verse 6. Wherefore my fury and my anger were poured forth, and were kindled in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate, as in this day.
Go ahead.
Therefore now,
Sister
thus,
Anita, you can read on.
Oh, you know.
Or Nate, can you hear us? He said you can read on.
okay. Verse 7. Therefore now, thus says the Creator of hosts, the Creator of Israel, why commit ye this great evil against your souls, to cut off from you man and woman, child and suckling out of Judah, to leave you none to remain?
Hold up. There you said, oh, you had me over here hype. Read that part again. The Most High says, therefore, why could you commit this evil against what? Against your soul. Against your soul. So many of us don't understand that we will be perpetually cursed for the evil sins that we do, knowing that we are violating our relationship with the Almighty. We will bring curses upon our very soul, our very existence, and the lives of our children as well. Throughout all our prodigy, we will curse them all based on the sinful life that we choose to live today. Read on, please. Just
Verse 8. And that ye provoke me unto wrath with the works of your hands, burning incense unto deities in the land of Egypt, where ye are gone to dwell, that ye might cut yourselves off.
he said, you're doing these things in the land of Egypt where you're going to dwell. The Most High is letting us know that these things will be a future tense thing.
Mm-hmm.
That we're going to be wicked in the future as well. Read on, please.
That ye may cut yourself off, and that ye may be a curse and a reproach among all the nations of the earth. Have ye forgotten the wickedness of your fathers, and the wickedness of the kings of Judah, and all the wickedness of their wives, and of your own wickedness?
What?
And the wickedness.
Have you forgotten? Hold up, sis, you're moving too fast. I'm excited over here. I'm getting excited. Listen, he said, have you forgotten the wickedness of your fathers? Have you? Have you forgotten the wickedness of your fathers? Well, if you forgot that, did you forget the wickedness of your mothers? The wickedness of your kings, the wickedness of your wives, and all your own wickedness. The Creator's about fed up. Everybody in our lives are wicked before the Almighty. How many people do you have in your life right now that stands on righteous ground before this King? And I'm not talking about because you feel good about them because they're your relative. I'm talking about somebody that if it came a matter of life and death, you wouldn't mind switching places with them because you know they lived a righteous life. How many people you got in your life that you wouldn't mind switching with for that simple reason alone? He was a good brother. I wouldn't mind switching with him. He was probably better than me. You see how he lived his life? How many people do you know like that? Do you feel that way about your spiritual leader? Or do you feel, no, not me. That nigga a fraud. Then why are you still sitting there? Why are you still letting this man reign over you? If you know in your spirit and your essence that this guy is wicked. And a lot of us do that. Come on, y'all. Go ahead, sis. You just got me hype on that part right there, sis. All these
Verse,
people wicked. The Most High said, look at all these people you got in your past that did all this wickedness. This book is here as a book of remembrance. So we can remember our past and change our ways to prevent that behavior. But while we're reading these stories, we're reading about idolatry because people wanted to bind and tie partners to the Creator. And we're still binding partners to the Most High till today. We won't let it go. We refuse to let it go. That little young lady told me, I ain't gonna never stop. She said she ain't gonna never stop. And all I can say is, may the Most High have mercy on your soul. We don't understand the condition of sin that we're in today, family. So many of us, we don't understand. Wickedness upon wickedness upon wickedness. Has anybody here with me right now? Pay attention, please. Anybody here with me right now ever heard anything about the Queen of Heaven? Y'all should, everybody be saying yes, because I read about it just last week. I read about one of her names, the Queen of Heaven, Ashereth, one of her names. Do you know that our forefathers and our foremothers would bake cakes to the Queen of Heaven? We baked cakes to the Queen of, what in the world? We baked cakes to the Queen of Heaven and gave them to her, took them to her, and was proud to do so. Read on, please, and let's see where we go on, Sister Ornette.
verse 9. Have you forgotten the wickedness of your fathers, and the wickedness of the kings of Judah, and the wickedness of their wives, and your own wickedness, and the wickedness of your wives, which they have committed in the land of Judah, and the
Where was
streets
they at? Where
in
was
the
they
land
at?
of Judah?
In the land of, they was right in the Holy Land doing all this wickedness.
Mhm.
And we got it right here in the book to look at. But we can't seem to understand or comprehend that we're committing idolatry by bonding all these other deities with the, was JC a deity?
Mhm.
Was he a deity? Yes or no?
Cain.
Don't act like you scared to say it. They got to hear it. He was a deity. He was a deity that prohibited the actual worship of the Almighty because of the way that they understood the books that was written about his life. Do y'all understand that? People thought he was a god. They worshiped, they bowed down to him. They called him Lord. Lord Jesus, they called him. Go read the New Testament. I got a whole lot of stuff on my Facebook page. If you read down, I got a lot of questions and answers about certain things coming from these books and how they addressed Lord Jesus. We got to be careful, family. But that ain't the only deity that we got in our lives. Some of us make ourselves a deity before the Most High. And that's one of the worst deities that you can make. We put pride in the way we look and the way we dress. And one brother I knew, he was a Moray, and he confessed one day. He said, you know what? My car was a deity to me. He said, even on a Shabbat day, before I go to Shabbat service, I had to go out and wash my car, wash all the dust from my car. He said, I would get up extra early to clean my car before I went to Shabbat service because I had to have my Shabbat looking, my car looking good. That's what he says. So therefore, he was guilty of idolatry. And he recognized that and said that. But a lot of us today don't want to be honest with ourselves that we are guilty of idolatry today. But the reason why I brought this up is because we are still in the land of our captivity, waiting for the Most High to release us and take us home, but we still practicing the same idolatry that got us here in the land of captivity. Y'all don't think Jesus existed way back then when our forefathers were in the land of Egypt? In the land of coming out of the land of Egypt into the land of Canaan and living in the Israel land of Jerusalem. Y'all don't think Jesus existed? I'm
They
a
just had a
prove.
different name.
I'm a prove. There you
Had a
go.
different name.
There you go. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. He just had a different name. He had a different name. His name was Horus at that time. Horus, Tammuz. All of those deities had a virgin birth, born of an immaculate conception, and died for the sins of the people. Research, look it up, and find out, family. And now, here we are still attached to the Egyptians' deities, making cakes to the Queen of Heaven. Read on, please.
Verse 10. They are not humble unto this day, neither have they feared, nor walked in my law, nor in my statutes that I have set before you and before your fathers. Therefore, thus says the Most High.
Thus
The
saith the Most High. Oh, do you see that statement she just said? Therefore, thus saith the Most High. You'll never find that in the New Testament anywhere because it's not there. Therefore, thus saith the Most High. You'll never find it in the New Testament anywhere because it's not there. Read on, please. What the Most High had to say.
The power of Israel. Behold, I will set my face against you for evil, and to cut off all Judah. And I will take the remnant of Judah that have set their faces to go into the land of Egypt to sojourn there, and they shall be consumed and fall in the land of Egypt. They shall even be consumed by the sword and by the famine, that they shall die.
Y'all ain't gonna like what I'm getting ready to say right now. Some of y'all ain't gonna like it. But if your spirit is open to the understanding of the Most High, you're gonna understand it, and you're just gonna say, okay, I feel sorry for him. But a lot of people gotta die. You hear me?
Cain.
All right, Sister Ornette, can I still be heard?
Cain.
Say it again.
Sister Ornette, can you hear me?
Cain, I can hear you.
I'm breaking
Cain,
up.
I can hear you.
I'm breaking up. Okay, it just went out again. I'm breaking up.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Well, it's again too.
It's gonna rain.
Isn't it something you the only one still out here? Everybody. All right. All right. Here we
I
go.
can hear you.
I got it. She can hear me now. Sister Ornette, since we got interrupted when we was getting ready to break down that chat, when I was great, people gonna get mad at me and not like me no more. Can you read that verse again, please?
Cain. Verse 11.
There you go.
Therefore, thus says the
Sister
Most
Ornette.
High. Cain.
Can you read that verse again, please?
Cain. Verse 11. Therefore, thus says the Most High, the power of
They must be
Israel.
trying to tell us we had enough. Yours going down too?
It's the Wi-Fi. It's all the way. There's no lines. There's no.
Sister,
Can you hear me?
they shutting us down, y'all. They trying to shut us down. We're having too many Jews today.
Speak.
Frozen?
Speak.
Okay. All right. We back now.
Okay.
All right. Sister Ornette, you press.
Cain.
All right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes, I apologize. Please forgive me. I couldn't, my Wi-Fi keep going out. I think they listening to us and don't want me to get that part of the message out. They don't want me
Okay.
opening up the minds of our. But could you read that last verse again, please?
Okay. Verse 11. Therefore says the Most High, the power of Israel, behold, I will set my face against you for evil, to cut off all Judah. And I will take the remnant of Judah that have set their faces to go into the land of Egypt, to sojourn there, and they shall all be consumed and fall in the land of Egypt. They shall all even be consumed by the sword and by the famine, that they shall die from the least even unto the greatest.
All right. That's the part where we got interrupted. Watch they do it again. Hope they don't mess with us no more. What I said earlier was that a lot of people ain't gonna like this part. But a lot of people are gonna have to die. I say it to y'all all the time. The Most High says that he's gonna send us into captivity. When we go into Egypt, a lot of us are gonna die in Egypt. I'm not talking about people who die by accident. He's talking about an intentional death. The Creator's talking about an intentional death. And we're worshiping these idols. The Most High is going to cause his death angels to run through us with an intentional death. He said, untimely death. Yes, he said, with the famine and the sword, he gonna get you, and it's gonna tear you down. We got to leave this house of idolatry. In the mind, we got to leave it, and in the physical bodies, through the practices, we have to leave it in order to return to the Most High in truthfulness. We have to, family. If we don't, we will get annihilated, wiped out. We will get wiped out. Read on, please.
By the sword and by famine, and they shall be an execration and an horror and a curse and a reproach. For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem, by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence, so that none of the remnant of Judah who are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall escape or remain.
So basically, he's saying ain't no way you can go to escape this wrath.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you can do, or the best thing we can do, is turn away from our idols. If you ain't doing nothing else, turn away from your idols and worship the Most High, and the Most High alone. If you ain't going to no Shabbat services, you ain't wearing no fringes, you want to eat all the pork you want to eat, you could do anything you want. And the Most High just may have more mercy on you than he will for idolatry. I'm not telling you to go out and do these things. What I'm saying is that if you ever notice, the Most High don't bring up all that other stuff when he's talking about the abominations that we have done to cause us to get kicked out of our land and to cause him to turn his backs on us. The only thing, the number one thing, the greatest thing that he brings up is idolatry. I would walk real careful from the day I found out that I was an Israelite and that our forefathers got kicked out because of practicing idolatry. I would walk real carefully. Read on, please.
That they should return into the land of Judah, to which they have a desire to return, to dwell there. From none shall return, but such as shall escape. They are all.
You ain't getting away. Read on.
Verse 15. Then all the men who knew that their wives had burned incense unto deities.
Hold, sis. Hold up, sis. Yo, brothers, I need you to pay close attention to what you're about to hear. Because a lot of you are trapped with these women and you can't see past these women. These women got you fooled. They ain't got you fooled. You know good darn well what they're doing. You know good and darn well what they're doing. But you got the nose wide open. But you ain't man enough to stand up for what you know is right. Watch this. Read that again, real slow, for those people in the back that act like they can't hear.
Verse 15. Then all men who knew that their wives had burned incense unto deities.
All y'all who knew your wives was practicing witchcraft. All y'all who knew your wives was practicing idolatry. All of you knew that. All of you men who knew this is for you. Read on, please.
And all the women who stood by, a great multitude, even all the people who dwelt in the land of Egypt and Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Most High, we will not hearken unto thee.
What you just say?
We will not hearken unto thee.
I ain't never letting Jesus go. Ain't that what she said? I ain't never gonna stop. And all I did was show her things in the law. I mean, I didn't even go just show the law. I showed her the contradictions in her own belief. And that was too much right there. She shut it down. She said, I don't want to talk no more. And I respected that. We was out there for 5 hours, but I respect that. She want to shut down. You can't make anybody get anything. You can't force them. Yeah, she did, but you can't force people to take what they don't want to take. But there's a lot of people that I don't say that about the Creator. My understanding in this way of life right now, because if I'm wrong, and the Most High going to let us know where we at. If I'm wrong, he's going to reveal something different to me. His truth will bring me closer to him and say, Prince, yeah, I know you was doing it like this, but that wasn't right. But here go the right way to do it. I will never utter out my mouth. I ain't gonna never. The only thing I can say is I ain't gonna never stop serving the Creator. In any fashion or form, direction, spirit, how he wants me to do it. That's where I'm at. See, because you got to understand sometimes, do you worship the Creator or do you worship the creation?
Mm-hmm.
And if you worship in the creation, then you in trouble. Our duty is to worship the Creator. Read on, please.
Verse 17.
Never.
But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth.
We will not hearken unto you the words that you said about the Most High. We're going to do what the things that have gone forth out of our own mouths. Don't ever get to the place in your life where you think you can't be taught something about the Most High that you don't know. Don't never get to that place. There's a lot of us today in Israel today that are in that place, in that comfort zone. And you know what? I hear people debate the scriptures, debate the Torah. I listen to those conversations. They will make you sharper. I don't run when somebody says something against what I understand to be true. I listen. I tune in. Sometimes I go to sleep listening to that stuff. You know why? Because it fuels me. It gives me knowledge. It shows me where we made our mistakes, how we can correct them. But there's a lot of people, you say something about their beliefs, they run, they turn out, they tune out, they turn off, what's that word? Unsubscribe. That's what they do. A lot of people do those things. Read on, please.
Verse 17. But we will certainly do whatever thing that goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven.
To do what?
To burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven.
We're going to do what comes out of our own mouths, except for serve the Creator, because that came out of your mouth. Serve the Most High, and the Most High, that came out of your mouth. But you didn't do that. But because you said you're going to serve the Queen of Heaven, now you want to fulfill your word. Now all of a sudden you want to get righteous and keep your word. We keep our word to do some idolatry or to do some foolishness, but we won't keep our word to be honorable. That's a problem. That's a problem. And we bake cakes to who?
The Queen of Heaven.
To the Queen of Heaven. For some of you who don't know, I'm going to break this down for you. The word king, king in Hebrew is Melech. The word queen in Hebrew is Malka. Y'all follow me? Malka is the feminine version of Melech. The word king in Hebrew is Melech. The word queen in Hebrew is Malka. Now, why am I saying that? Because I want to teach you something. In Aramaic, Aramaic is the language prior to Hebrew. Hebrew is a dialect of Aramaic. And in Aramaic, the word king in Aramaic is Malka. I didn't know that. And when I looked it up and found it out, I had to ask Nasik. I said, Nasik, this don't even make sense. Go look that up, Nasik. Go look it up. And the understanding was, and it happens to be true, the Aramaic word for king is Malka. It's a feminine word for masculine energy. Amazing. Read on, please.
Salaki, one more. Can I say something?
King.
I know another name for that is Easter. That Easter comes from Ishtar.
Asheret.
Ishtar. Yeah, it comes from that name. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
That's right. See, you must not have been in class last week. You was in class last week, weren't you? Oh, you missed the morning class. See, that was last week's morning's class.
I came late.
Yeah. See, that's what happened when you come late, bro. You can't miss us for 5 minutes. You'll be done missed a great major lesson. But you're absolutely correct. And one of the sisters brought that out last week. Who was that brought that out last week? You remember? I forget who it was. One of the sisters brought it up, but she was right. Was it TT? No, I don't think it was. Okay, it might have been that. It might have been Dee, Sister Dee. It might have been. He was cutting class. Now, I'm sure he was in his brother's class. It's cool. He is where he is. Listen, I'm thankful to get the smidgens that he's putting on the table. That's all. Let's rock on, please. May the Most High be praised.
And to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done.
We baked cakes to the queen. We outdid it when it came to idolatry. But here it is. We can't get 15 Israelites in one place to worship the Almighty in a righteous tomb. 15 men, 20 men even. We can't even get a 20 men to come in righteousness to live in a community to serve the Creator in righteousness. We can't get that. But you say something idolatrous. Did you ever notice? No, let me bring this to your attention. Did you ever notice? Because I've seen this several times. Do we all agree that Christianity is idolatry? Do we all agree with that? I think we all agree with that. Even those who believe in Yahushua, I think we all agree that Christianity is idolatry. Did you ever notice that they have millions and millions of people practicing Christianity at the same time? If one of their evangelists, they call them mega churches, they got thousands of people lined up in these churches, thousands of them in one church with one man heading it all, and they're all idolaters. And the people, the parishioners, look just like me and you. The majority of them look just like me and you. We will come together in vast numbers to do evil, but in righteousness, we're sparingly and few. It's so bad, sometimes you got 1 or 2 people sitting in on a Shabbat service. And the teacher is, it could be an angel from heaven sent by the Most High to teach the crowd. If we really heard the truth of the Creator in his fullness, it would amaze us how wrong we are. It would amaze us how offbeat we really are and how much we really don't understand what the Most High requires of us. But because every man is right in his own mind, oh, I got this. I know what that's saying. I understand this. Oh, I'm better than them. They ain't got it like we got it. He got 15,000 people with him. And he having intercourse with his wife when she on a menstrual. He's still eating pork chops. And he lives in a big house while the people suffering. That is not righteousness. None of those things. And why is that? The people worship him more than they worship the creator. They got pictures of him all up in this house. I ain't no problem with you having the picture of your spiritual leader in your house, but every time you walk past it, you got to kiss it and kiss him. That's idolatry. That's a problem. You are to worship and serve the Most High and the Most High alone. There is no problem with you having a picture of your spiritual leader in your house, but just let it be a picture on your wall. That's it. All that, but when you make prayer, you make sure you're facing that picture. That's idolatry. These are the type of things we shouldn't be doing. And we got a lot of people that do it. Now, if that's your husband, that might be a little different story. You might get some credit if that's your husband. But other than that, you committing idolatry. Brother sat back and said, huh? What? Your husband? Because the Most High told the woman that her desire should be to her husband. He never told the woman her desire should be to him. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people got a question with that. The Most High only told the woman for her desire to be toward her husband, and he shall rule over you. But the husband's desire is to be toward the creator. And we got so many husbands that desires is toward their women. And that's not righteousness. So I ain't going to start no fight with that. Sister Ornette, hurry up and get me out of trouble.
Verse 17. But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth.
We will do whatever thing cometh out of our own mouths.
To burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven.
To burn incense. That's a way of reverence, family.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. A way of reverence. The Queen of Heaven. And what was her name again?
Ashira.
Ashira. Read on, please.
And to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings, and our princes, in the city of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem. For them had we plenty of food.
We had a lot of food to eat then. We had it coming in. We was getting money. We was getting wealth. We had nice cars. We had big houses while we were practicing idolatry. And ain't that what I just got finished saying about the pastor, the ministers, and even from the pastor to the deacons all the way down to the door pole bearers, they all getting paid off the back of the innocent by committing idolatry. And poor little old us, poor little old us who's striving to be as righteous as possible. Don't even want to brush one side of our mouth too hard because it might be a law against it. I can't brush that side too hard because the law might say I can't. I better go check that law. What you say? Okay. Now I'm just exaggerating that part right there, y'all. You better brush them teeth well. But while we're on that subject, do you know that most people don't brush their teeth correctly? You have all that stuff all around your mouth, caked up in your, but you brush your teeth and you brush them every day, but you don't brush them correctly. You're supposed to spend at least 2 to 3 minutes in the bathroom brushing your teeth every day. At least twice a day, brushing your teeth. And when you do it with toothpaste that's not sugary. I've been wanting to tell y'all this for the last 6 months, but I kept forgetting. So while it came up, I figured I'd let you know. Do not use that mouthwash that they give you because the mouthwash is poisonous. It will damage you. But you brush your teeth at least twice a day. After every meal is exactly right. Brush your teeth twice a day and after every meal, because if you don't, food gonna sit. Believe me, I'm telling you, I done did it. I done messed up my teeth. Now I'm in the healing process, getting them back. Food will sit in your teeth and you won't know it. And it'll destroy your gums, get plaque on your teeth. Your breath will smell like poop. You'll be bad off. You have to brush your teeth. You have to brush your teeth. And there are herbs that you can use to brush your teeth with. You can make your own tooth powder. You don't need toothpaste. Make tooth powder. You don't need toothpaste at all. You can get some golden seal. You can get some echinacea. You can get some, what is that? What's that herb? There's another herb you can get. Yeah, neem is a good one, but it's another one. Neem is a really good one for teeth. Walnut, black walnut. Black walnut is a good one. and it's a powder, a black. What's that powder? The
Come
black
on, Pilu,
what?
Pilu.
Pilu. That's a toothpaste.
Yeah.
Pilu is the
No,
name of.
it's a powder though. It's a
It's a
powder though.
powder. Okay, all right. It may be that too. Clove is a good one, yes, but you can make your own toothpaste, and it won't be a paste; it'll be a powder. Believe me, it'll work. Stick your toothbrush in it and brush it, or sprinkle it on your toothbrush, and begin brushing your teeth with it, and massaging your gums. Do underneath your tongue. Do your tongue. Do the back of your mouth. Do the root of your mouth. Do all around here, all around there, and then scrub your teeth again. You have to do this to practice safe hygiene to kill the bacteria in your mouth. Do you know that if you got a bad tooth in your mouth, it can give you a heart attack? It can kill you. A bad tooth in your mouth can give you a stroke. A lot of the pains that you have in your body, I've been holding on this for 6 months, y'all. A lot of the pains you have in your body is because you got bad teeth in your mouth. You got bacteria, you got dirty genes and dirty germs all up inside your mouth. And your mouth is the key to your health, and you don't even know that. Your mouth and your stomach. Those two things are the key to your health. That's right. And you got to get them right. And if you got another thing, you don't activated charcoal. That's it. Sister Saadia. There you go. Activated charcoal. That's it. You mix all that stuff together that we mentioned, and turmeric. Turmeric is another one. Mix all that stuff. Somebody put turmeric in there, please. Somebody go down that list, get all that stuff, and make your own toothpaste. You ain't never got to buy that expensive toothpaste no more. Make your own and brush your teeth with it, and it will help. It will help. Garlic is another good thing. Garlic is a good thing for bacteria. You can even chop up some little pieces of garlic up in there and mix it in there and brush your teeth with it. And when you make all that, put a little bit of salt in it. The salt is a purifier. Don't let nobody tell you that you can eat too much salt. You probably could. Too much of anything ain't good for you. But a lot of salt is good for the body. We need salt for the nourishments of our bodies. Salt is a purifier. And when you put salt in that mix, that toothpaste, it will not only purify, but it'll scrape all the plaque off your teeth. Because the salt going to be hard, it's going to be bristle-like, and it's going to scrape all the plaque off your teeth. Believe me when I tell you, do these things, family. Yes, bad teeth can cause headaches, heart attacks, strokes, and all types of illnesses all through your body, all because you got bad teeth in your mouth. And this subject has been on my mind for 6 months, but I kept forgetting it. Please forgive me for interrupting the flow of the class, but I had to get it out while it came out my spirit. Because there's somebody out there right now with bad teeth, caked up stuff all around their teeth. You can see it, and they think that's normal, but it's not. You got to get that stuff out of your mouth. That stuff, it's a bad, you know what bad breath is? This is what they say bad breath is, and I happen to believe them. All the different organisms, germs and bacteria living in your mouth that poop, they poop in your mouth, and you smell it through your breath. You don't hardly smell it too much. Others smell your breath through that poop that them little bacteria, microorganisms poop in your mouth. And if you don't want to listen to Prince and you want to get your own mouthwash, make sure it says antimicrobial on the mouthwash. See, I learned a lot studying how to fix my teeth. Antimicrobial is the toothpaste that you would want to get to utilize. Antimicrobial. Spell it any way you want. When you get to the store, you say it, they're going to know what you're talking about. And they're going to give you the proper stuff. Make sure there's no sugar in it. All right? All right, let's move forward. I bet you ain't get that nobody else in Hebrew class, did you? On the Shabbat. They don't care about you like I care about you. Let's move forward, sis. Where we at, sis? Please, let's get back to the lesson.
Reading from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 18. But since we cease to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have lacked all things.
So since they left practicing idolatry, the Creator brought a punishment on them, and they didn't like it. They didn't like it. He made them suffer for a period of time, and they didn't want that. So now they equate that to them stop worshiping idolatry, practicing idolatry. That's what they equated that to. But that's not what it is. Read on, please.
We have lacked all things and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. Verse 19.
How often do you know people to do evil and then don't want to be punished for the evil that they just did? Like children. We did evil for all that time. The Creator caught up to us, and we think we Christians. If somebody punch you on this side, you turn around and let them punch you on the other side. That ain't how the Most High works. If you do evil to the Most High, He will forgive you of your sin. But like last week's class came out, there's always a price to pay. You always have to pay a price for the evils that you do. And that's what
Wages of sin is death.
so many people don't want to have to pay that price. So many of us want to escape under the radar and act like, oh, well, I confess my sins to the Most High. I stopped having sex with all them women. So now the Most High ain't going to punish me. But that's not the way it goes. That's not the way it goes.
The wages of sin is death, the payment. You have to pay for that price. You have to pay the price for the sin you did. Absolutely. King David recognized that. He said, oh, I've sinned. He said, where's that man? I'm going to kill him. He said, David, the prophet said, you the man. He said, oh, I have sinned. But God said, you're not going to die, but got to pay for it.
Hey, Sister Ornette, you can go ahead and finish reading. My brother going to teach the class. He going to teach the class. Go ahead, Sister. Go ahead and read for the brother.
Verse 19. And when we burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven.
I'm going on mute. Go ahead, Abraham. You got it.
And poured out drink offerings unto her. Did we make her cakes to worship her? And pour out drink offerings unto her without our husbands?
They did it in the, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Brother Abraham, you got that, bro. What you say, bro? They practice all of that idolatry in the presence of their husbands. You see, so they're saying that our husbands witnessed this. Our husbands saw what we were doing, but they said not nothing. And oftentimes you will get those type of males where they'll see their women out of order, know that they're women out of order, but they will join the women in their idolatry. And that's not good, family. Read on, sis, please.
Verse 20. Then Jeremiah said unto the people, to the men, and to the women, and to all the people who had given him that answer, saying, the incense that ye burned in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem, yea, and your fathers, your kings, and your princes, and the people of the land, did not the Creator remember them? And came it not into his mind?
Said, didn't the Most High remember them? Yes, he did. And he brought his wrath upon them. Read on, please.
Verse 22. So that the Creator could no longer bear because the evil of your doings and because of the abominations which ye have committed. Therefore is your land a desolation and a horror and a curse without an inhabitant, as at this day.
People do not want to pay the price for their wicked actions. We don't. We want to be able to sin, and then once we confess with our mouths and we change our behavior, we don't want that punishment that comes with the sins that we just got away with. That's like robbing a bank, getting away with all the money, and then telling the cops, I robbed the bank, but I want to keep the money and I don't want to go to jail. Don't work that way. There's a price you have to pay for your evil actions. Read on, please.
Verse 23. Because ye have burned incense, and because ye have sinned against the Creator, and have not obey the voice of the Creator, nor walk in his law, nor in his statutes, nor in his testimonies. Therefore, this evil has happened unto you at this day. Moreover, Jeremiah said to all the people and to all the women, hear the word of the Creator, all Judah who are in the land of Egypt. Thus says the Most High, the power of Israel, saying, ye and your wives have both spoken with your mouths and fulfilled with your hand, saying, we will surely perform our vows that we have vowed to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven.
We spoke that boldly.
Mhm.
We spoke that boldly. But we couldn't perform the vow that we spoke out of our mouths to the Almighty. Read on, please. You know, this is where that feminist thing come in. That feminist movement. We're going to do this to a queen, but we couldn't do it to the king. Read on, please.
And to pour out drink offerings unto her. Ye will surely accomplish your vows, and surely perform your vows. Therefore hear, yea, the word of the Creator of all Judah that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, says the Creator, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Prince always teach that we don't know the name of the Most High. I wonder why. I wonder why. Read that again, please.
I have sworn
I,
by my great name, says the Most High, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah and all the land of Egypt, saying, the Creator liveth.
That's frightening, family.
Mm-hmm.
Because today we feel like we got the name of the Most High. We feel like we know the name of the Most High. We got about 15 different names for him. And ain't none of them his name. None of them. He said, y'all won't even know my name. You know why he don't want us to know his name? Because he doesn't want us to disrespect him by his name. That's why. So while you running around here talking about you know this and you know that, I promise you, you don't know nothing. Read on, please.
Verse 27. Behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good. And all the men of Judah who are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine until there be an end of them. Yet a small number that escape, the sword shall return out of the land of Egypt into the land of Judah, and all the remnant of Judah who are gone to the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall know whose words shall stand, mine or theirs.
Whose word is going to stand? His or theirs? Man, this is so deep. This is some deep stuff, man. Read on and bring it to a close, please.
Verse 29. And this shall be a sign unto you, saith the Creator.
Now remember, they was complaining because they was getting punished.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High is saying, this is why you're being punished. Read on, please.
Verse 29. And this shall be a sign unto you, says the Creator, that I will punish you in this place, that ye may know that my words shall surely stand against you for evil. Thus says the Creator, behold, I will give Pharaoh, Hophra, king of Egypt, into the hand of his enemies, and into the hand of them that seek his life. And I will give Zedekiah,
As I gave.
As I gave Zedekiah, king of Judah, into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, his enemy, and who sought his life.
May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah. Are there any questions or families, comments? Anyone? All right. My sister asked, Maisha asked a question. Wait, so does that mean he will never reveal to us his name again? No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that the Most High will never reveal his name to us again. That's something that we have to earn as a people. We have to have that intimate relationship with him once again. And we haven't had that in a very long time. Haven't had that in a very long time. All right.
When you die, you'll find out. He said, every knee shall bend. Every knee gonna bend the knee to God before they leave his presence. How you found out when you die?
That's right. All right. Any other questions? Any other comments, family? You got a whole ton of information today. We're going to call it quits. It's like 6 o'clock. We're going to shut it down. Any other questions or comments before we close out? Mind-blowing. I hope that you always get that type of response when we have Shabbat service. She says, wow, this was so deep, Prince. Never knew it was said. It was said this. Never knew it said this. Mind-blowing. I would pray that every class is mind-blowing, that you get new information, real information, truthful information at every class, so that when you leave that Shabbat service, you leave that Shabbat service improved, better than you were when you came in. That's my desire for you. Hey, look, y'all see that? I'm going to get out the way. Y'all take a look at this, y'all. Take a look at this. I'm going to get out the way. Look at this. See all that behind me? All that green stuff? That belongs to y'all, family. Come claim it. That's y'all's. All you got to do is come claim it. I want that part right there. And it's yours. Just make it happen. You ain't got to be trapped in them cities when that calamity come. You ain't got to be stuck there. You could be right here enjoying life down here on the land that the Most High has blessed us with. We got 100 and something acres. If we got 100 and something people, we could put everybody an acre, at least 1 acre of land. Wouldn't that be nice? May the Most High be praised. To the Rabbah. So we ain't just talking the talk, we walking the walk. We're trying to do what we can do to make it happen. All right. Are there any questions or comments, family, before we close this out? Okay, dope. All right. Can we all rise, please, and face the east? Since there's no questions or comments. Normally we turn the lights off, but we outside. We can't turn the lights off because we outside. Most High, El Elyon, El Rakun, we bow down and humble ourselves before you, and we ask for permission to approach unto your throne. Thank you, Father, for allowing us to be gathered today on this Shabbat day to give you praise, glory, honor, and respect. Thank you, Father, for allowing our eyes to awaken on this morning so our minds, our bodies, and our souls can behold this beautiful day that you have blessed us with. Thank you for opening up our minds, Creator, and allowing us to exchange information with those that we love dearly on this day, that we might be able to help each other to draw closer to you in righteousness and truth. We ask, O Most High, that you would unite your people throughout the earth. We're not concerned with all of the people coming together, Father. We're only concerned with the right people coming together. Those who you find pleasing and acceptable in your sight. Unite those people together, Father. Unite us, our people that serve you in righteousness and truth to the best of their ability. Unite us all. And we will know them because they will come without a fuss, without a fight, without a hesitation. Like when the prophets of old went and gathered out their disciples, they came without a fight. Therefore, we know that they possess the right spirit. For great art thou, Most High, our Father, our King, our Master, and great are thy mighty works. The whole earth shall humble themselves and tremble at your coming. Unto thee, O great King, we say, Toda Rabbah, Abi, Abi, Toda Rabbah. Seems like it's trying to rain today.
Yeah, they do want to.
Let me hit it with the horn. Let me hit the horn. Let me hit the horn. I see. Let me hit the horn. I see.
You got it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it.
Make some noise.
That's supposed to be 3 times, man. 3 times.
Make some noise.
Be praised. All right. May the Most High be praised. All right, family. Anyone else want to thank the Most High for anything before we close out?
Everybody say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, you got to bring all them down. You got to have a ball down here running around the lane.
Yeah. We gotta talk. We gotta talk, man. I'm gonna get your number. We gotta talk.
All right, your brother got it. Get it to me. Give me a holler. All them your children?
No, I have 4. It's another family. My other brother is here with his children.
Okay.
My other brother Joshua is here with 2 of his children. And my brother Shama got 2 of his children. I got 4. My brother got 2, and my other brother got 2.
Go ahead, y'all. The whole squad. Your brother hit me up early talking about he coming down. I don't know make it happen.
Hey, we like that. We like that law when God said for us to be fruitful and multiply. We love that law.
Oh, yeah, you know we like that part. You know we like that part. If we don't like nothing else, we like that part. May the Most High bring blessings upon you and the family, bro.
Shalom. Likewise, brother.
Lada Tov, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. May the Most High be with you all. Shalom, shalom. New York.